Hi everyone, thank you for being here. This is the second part in a 4-part series on how to enlarge your life and open up energetically to the idea and the reality and the practicality that life can be more than what you see in front of you right now. In this series, I will be talking with Elam, which is a different part of myself, a larger part of myself, an energetic, deeper part of myself, to give you this information. The third and fourth part will be put onto YouTube on the 14th and 21st of March at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on the 28th of March, I will do a question and answer session on Zoom with Elam for anybody that has further questions and wants to talk one-on-one. And I'll do that. That will be Sunday at 12 p.m., 12 in the afternoon on the 28th of March. So I hope to see you there, and I hope that the series will be useful for you and for helping you expand your lives. So let me connect more with Elam, and then I will talk with them on the second part of the series. Hi friends, we hope that your experiences and experiments with death have been interesting and opening up spaces in your energy for new experiences to come into your life. If you recall, last week we talked about connecting with friends or family that have passed over and asking them to have more connection with you. Now, of course, they have always been in connection with you and following your lives, as creepy as that might sound, following you in your lives very, very closely. They are doing other things and pursuing other things. However, they have the time and the energy to follow you and to energetically be connected with you anytime that you desire that connection. So they have been doing that anyway. That is the number one thing that we want you to know, is that they have been there all the time. And they have been sending you ideas and resources and help consistently. What has been missing for many people is the openness to accept and receive those ideas. So the exercise that we gave you last week is not really about getting help, but it's about opening that space in your energy to receive help and receive the connection in a more conscious way. So basically, all this help is being channeled to you consistently, and this exercise is about more actively participating in the connection. Even if you don't perceive that anything has happened, just in the idea of thinking that it is a possibility, you will have opened your energy to that. And maybe you will have felt different kind of connections from the other side that you were not consciously aware of before. So for this week, we want to continue developing your receptivity to those kind of connections. And what we would like you to do this week is sit down and ask for a specific answer to a specific issue that you would like to expand with and you would like help with. Now, this is important. We don't want you asking for help with something that you are highly frustrated about and very, very upset about, because you will already have decided that there are lots of limitations around what can happen with that if you're highly frustrated with it. The whole act of being highly frustrated is a result of the fact you've decided you can't move forward with that. So that is not a good place to start to develop your little spark or flame or little idea that there can be something more and there can be connection. There's not a lot of open space around that particular topic. So choose a topic that is more interesting, exciting, lighter to you. Let's say that you want to learn to be a better painter, or you want to find some item that has been difficult for you to find, a certain coat in a certain color, or you want to find a plant that you have had trouble finding, or you want to find a friend to play board games with, or something that is more interesting and more within the realm of possibility to you, because what you're doing right now is developing this connection. That is the primary purpose of what we're asking you to do. So when you have that particular thing that you would like help with, sit down and think of some type of friend or relative that has passed over that you feel might have an interest in this particular topic. So for instance, if you want to paint more, you may have a friend or relative that was into painting, or into clothes, or whatever it is that you are looking at. Now, here's an interesting thing. If you do not have a friend or relative that is into that, you can ask somebody else that has passed away that you do not know personally. So let's say you want to learn painting and there is some painter that you know that has passed away, that you know of, but you did not know personally. You can connect with them just as easily as you can connect with any of your friends or relatives. The only thing that would be more difficult about it would be that you don't feel that you have that connection. But your intent to develop some part of yourself is that connection. That intent is also an intent of theirs. Meaning, if you're interested in painting and learning painting and they were interested in that in their life, then that development is an interest of theirs as well. Anyone that has known you and has had a personal relationship with you is inherently invested in your joy and your expansion while you are alive, and they realize that they can be of help to you. Now, the way that people that have passed over and other energies that have not had lives on earth can be of help to you is that they can see and are aware of possibilities that you are not aware of. Beliefs that are blocking you are not beliefs that are blocking them. So they can focus upon this belief with you in mind in such a way that if you are open to it, that belief that is expansive and exists slightly more forward than your belief. When they focus on that and they focus on you, some elements of what they're focusing on, if you're open to it, will filter down into your perception and in your mind. And if you are aware of it and willing to catch onto that belief or perception, you can take that and go with it. I know that this is all very obtuse and theoretical. We know that this is all very theoretical, but what we mean is something like this. Louise, for instance, had wanted to learn a new skill. And she's quite embarrassed about this, but she had wanted to learn a new skill for many years, maybe like 5 years. And she wasn't sure how to go about it. And despite the fact that she's a very intelligent, perceptive person, it never, ever, ever occurred to her to go on the internet and learn about that skill. Never occurred to her. Because even though she has been learning about lots of other things on the internet, and if she's talking to friends, she will tell them, oh, why don't you go on the internet and research that, because there's an incredible amount of information for you available free there. It never occurred to her to go to the internet and learn that skill because she did not believe that she had the ability to learn that skill or the mindset that that skill was available to her. It just didn't occur to her. And as she has been working to expand her own energy and letting in help from other sources, suddenly she has had small ideas that she has been following up, and that has led her to realize that she can learn from people that already know how to do this. It just was not a concept that entered her mind before. And there are so many instances, if you think of this in your own lives, where this will have happened to you. You were absolutely sure you could not do this, and at some point something changed and you realized something very obvious and went through with it. Another example, Louise used to go camping a lot, and it was cold and she hated being cold at night. She knew, she had heard stories of other people heating up rocks or heating up water in a water bottle and taking them into their sleeping bags. But somehow it never occurred to her that she could do the same thing and that it would work for her. In her mind, that would not work for her. So when she finally relaxed enough to allow that solution in to her life, it worked instantly. But because she is so stubborn, that she just believed that it was cold when she was camping at night and she would be miserable and that would always happen. So she never tried heating up water and putting it in a bottle and taking it in her sleeping bag. And when she did, she found out, wow, this really works. So the reason that we give all these examples that Louise does not want us to give is because we want you to understand how truly simple it is to move forward in your life. Simple in the fact that the solutions are there already for everything that you want, even though you're saying right now, no, it's not that simple. What is the problem is not the solution. The solution is not that complicated. What is the problem is your belief that things will not work out for you. So asking for help from something outside your mind and opening a space in your energy for that will get you help in all different kinds of ways. And what we want you to know is the help will not come in a solution that is downloaded to your mind like some kind of book. It won't be that obvious. It will be something small that you follow, some little YouTube that you're encouraged to look at, or some book, or some conversation that you're interested in having with a friend, and something will come into your life that will be interesting. And if you follow that, and then something else will come up, and if you follow that, sooner or later you will find yourself loosening up to the idea that you can have a solution to your issue. So that is what we would like you to work on this week. Do not choose a solution that is highly frustrating to you. Choose something that is slightly easier for you to work with. That is all for now, and we hope to see you next week.